Now everybody, Jiten, knows that there are scamsters out in the prowl, and yet so many smart people around me are actually falling prey. Recently I received on Twitter a direct message from a verified account of a chief minister, I shan't name him, of one of our important states, and he said, "Apna number bhejo." So I thought maybe he wants to speak. So I sent the number, and then came a link, and I figured very quickly that this looks like trouble. But there are so many people who are actually falling prey, and especially when there's a scam like a OTP number bhejo, Amazon ke package ki delivery. You imagine, yeah, maybe I ordered something, maybe the guy needs an OTP, and voila, there's an OTP in your phone, and you feel, okay, it's only logical to give it, and only later do you realize that you've been scammed. What should we be doing, Jiten?
Rahul, we saw, wholesale scams happening in the name of Aadhaar PAN linking, bank calling you for verification, Amazon calling you for delivery. But you see, these scamsters also innovate every day. From last 2 weeks, there is a new scam which is happening. People are calling from on the name of telco companies that, do you want to upgrade to 5G? Your connection has been, selected for 5G approval free of cost. So usme fraud ho raha hai. I mean, 2 days back, a lady was conned by somebody claiming to be a Russian cosmonaut in International Space Station who didn't have money to return to Earth. Right, and she paid money.
Yeah, but so, she should have been more careful. वो थोड़ा दूर वाला थी, वो थोड़ा लगी रहा है कि गड़बड़ है.
हाँ, so you can patch everything, you can secure everything, but there can never be any patch for human stupidity. So वो तो careful होना पड़ेगा. Rahul, the problem is, you see, in India, in the last 7 to 8 years, the speed at which we have digitalized our economy, public services, probably at the same speed we have not been able to impart digital hygiene and cyber education to our citizens. So our cyber security system, especially in law enforcement, is completely collapsing. Today, my dear friend Triveni Singh is also here. He could tell you that 90% of the cybercrime complaints are because of OTP frauds and small-time financial transactions, which are happening even with educated people. And Rahul, and दूसरा आपने देखा होगा Rahul, our system is literally, it's not that we are ignorant, we have done indifferent. I could remember 2 years ago, you did a show on Chinese loan scam apps, right? Still today it is running, we are seeing in every news channel. So probably our system is not able to respond effectively, and it is not because of their fault. It is equally because of the process of society and lobbies. I think if you look at this whole nexus, 2 things are critical here. A, people have been able to obtain fake SIMs and numbers to carry out frauds, and they're not getting blocked. 2, they've been able to obtain fake bank accounts. Now, these are not only happening because somebody is giving fake documents. They are renting accounts, Jan Dhan accounts from poor people, telling them, "Aapko 10,000 rupees mahina milega, bas apna debit card or username password वगैरह दे दो." So now all this is happening because we have a broken KYC system. I think the time has come. Probably everyone in the society. I'm not going into Aadhaar debate, but probably I think Aadhaar today is the most effective means to do a biometric KYC of every account and every mobile number, so that there is no fraudulent SIM issued on the name of anyone, and there is a complete track. Number 2. You see, India is probably the only country today where our banking and debit card or credit card transactions require a mandatory OTP, right? Nowhere in the bank, if you do on a foreign website, you don't require an OTP. You just give the card details and the money is deducted. Here, you require an OTP. So these number of frauds are, despite of OTP. Imagine if the OTP problem was mechanism and security was not there, the number of frauds would have been gigantically huge, not even imaginable. So what we need to do, A, we have to fix this whole broken KYC system. And second, I think one thing, Ministry of Home Affairs in last 3 months have done a wonderful thing. This 1930 helpline, the moment you call, if you're able to give a bank account number or a number of SIM, they are immediately freezing the money for 48 hours. So earlier, the money was getting rotated and withdrawn in 4 hours, 5 hours, and there was no way to recover money. Now your money, that fraudulent account is frozen for 48 hours immediately without any police complaint or a formal complaint. As Karnal Singh sir was rightly pointing on, that 48 hours gives you a window to go to a police station. You can go to cybercrime.gov.in. So that's number 1. Now, second thing, I think, we can blame government. We can say that probably our citizens lack digital hygiene and literacy, but somewhere down the line, I think these private companies like Google and Facebook are equally responsible. I think one of our fellow panelists was saying that she saw an ad on Google. Google में ad free में नहीं जाता राहुल, पैसे देने पड़ते हैं. So if you are giving somebody's ad and that person is posing to be SDFC Bank or some hospital, and Google is taking money from them without any KYC or figuring out who's paying money. So you see, Triveni ji can tell you Google insurance company number, fraudulent ad are showing, which are showing fake helplines. People are calling it and then they get conned. So somewhere down the line, these intermediaries, like Google and Facebook or Amazon have to also be equally responsible that the kind of ads which are shown, if they're showing fraudulent numbers and people are getting conned, somewhere down the line accountability has to be there.
Professor
So in my
Triveni is
opinion,
saying,
I think the fundamental
is
solution
the
is fixing
police
the KYC.
lax? You know, if for example this is happening in a big way in a place like Jamtara, and I've been to Jamtara for election coverage in Jharkhand, you know, and it's those bunch of people. When we were driving in a taxi, looking out, a taxi driver says, you know, you see those people under the tree, they're the ones who, I mean, they're amongst the ones who run these online scamming rackets which happen out of Jamtara. If everybody around that area knows who these people are, how is it that our law enforcement agencies aren't able to do more?
देखिए, जहां मैं उत्तर प्रदेश की बात कर रहा हूं, हमारे यहां से कई बार टीम जामतारा एरिया में गई है और जामतारा से हम लोगों ने काफी लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है। फैक्ट ये है कि इसके पीछे मूल कारण ये है कि हमारी अवेयरनेस कम है। लोगों को दो तीन चीजें पता होनी चाहिए। अगर दो तीन चीजें, इतने डरने की भी जरूरत नहीं है कि हम डर करके ऑनलाइन बैंकिंग छोड़ दें या हम इस तरह के वॉलेट बनाना छोड़ दें या ई कॉमर्स छोड़ दें। डरने की भी जरूरत नहीं। दो तीन चीजें जानना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर मेरा पैसा जाएगा तो ओटीपी या तो मैंने शेयर किया या हमसे कोई एप्लीकेशन हमारे मोबाइल फोन पर डाउनलोड कराया गया और उस एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू रिमोट एक्सेस मेरे मोबाइल फोन का लेकर के ओटीपी रीड कर लिया। दो ही सूरत में हमारा पैसा जा सकता है। तो ये बार बार बैंक की तरफ से भी मैसेज आ रहा है। लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट एजेंसी पेपर में बाकायदे एडवाइजरी जारी करती है। हर बार हम लोग बताते हैं कि आपको ओटीपी नहीं शेयर करना, आपको अपना आधार कार्ड का नंबर नहीं शेयर करना, पैन कार्ड, ये सब जो सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन है ये नहीं शेयर
पर
करना।
आप बोल रहे हैं
तो
ओटीपी शेयर नहीं कर रहा। मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूं सर, एक सेकंड। जैसे मैं एक न्यूज मीटिंग में बैठा हूं, मुझे फोन आया कि भाई आपका अमेजॉन से पैकेट आया है और हाँ मैंने पैकेट ऑर्डर भी किया था और डिलीवरी भी एक्सपेक्टेड थी कि अभी डिलीवरी आने वाली है। उन्होंने बोला कि ओटीपी दीजिए, हम गार्ड के पास छोड़ जाएंगे। तो मैं तो देने ही वाला था ओटीपी। अब ये भी तो इनको कैसे मालूम कि मैंने कब पैकेट ऑर्डर किया, कि ये पैकेट आने ही वाला है। इसके अंदर तो बहुत डीप रूटेड मिलीभगत इन्वॉल्व है ना। उनको मालूम है कि there is a problem there. Sir, there is the point that Jiten is making. There is a serious data leakage problem here. I am expecting, I know I've got an email from Amazon saying that I'll receive my packet between 9 and 12. Just in that window I get a call. I've got a message from a number that looks like Amazon which has my OTP. I get a call just at that moment कि अपना OTP. So it looks all real.
देखिए, डेटा ब्रीच जो है बहुत ही सीरियस इशू है इंडस्ट्री में, कारपोरेट्स में। जितने हमारे बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं और ढेर सारे रेट्स में इवन हम लोग के कंसल्टेंट भी हैं। आप ये जानते होंगे कि डेटा ब्रीच इतना सीरियस इशू है यहाँ कि आप ई कॉमर्स का डेटा आप जाइए, डेटा वेंडिंग मार्केट से वहाँ पे आप खरीद सकते हैं। आप डार्क वेब पे ढेर सारा डेटा पड़ा हुआ है। और ये जो आप फ्लिपकार्ट की बात करा रहे हैं, इस तरह के केसेज हमारे पास आते हैं। आखिर वो इन्फॉर्मेशन क्रिमिनल के पास कैसे तुरंत पहुंच जाता है कि आपने डिलीवर किया है, आपकी कोई डिलीवरी आने वाली है या आपके पास ट्रांजैक्शन क्या है। तो ये निश्चित रूप से मैं इस बात से सहमत हूं कि डेटा लीकेज, डेटा ब्रीच ये बहुत ही सीरियस इशू है। और जितने भी ई कॉमर्स पोर्टल है और जितना भी कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर है उसको साइबर सिक्योरिटी को सीरियसली लेना पड़ेगा। इसीलिए हम लोग अपना ड्राइव जो है कॉर्पोरेट में भी जाके हम बता रहे हैं कि आप साइबर सिक्योरिटी देखो, आप अपने को सिक्योर करो, अदरवाइज आपका डेटा जो है मार्केट में जाता है और उसी डेटा पे खेल करके साइबर क्रिमिनल्स लोगों को बेवकूफ बनाते हैं और साइबर क्राइम हो रहा है।